Freedom of speech needs to be respected. But what happens if the freedom of one pinches the nerves of millions, if not hundreds of millions of people? Let's find out. Hey guys, what's good? It's Ray. Before I start with the video, I would just like to say this video is not a positive and bright video like most of my previous videos, because in this video I want to discuss an issue that's rather serious and honestly not an issue I would prefer talking about. Yes, from the title of this video, you would have known by this point that this video talks about the super popular Japanese anime My Hero Academia and how it got itself banned in mainland China and how it disrespected its war crimes in the World War II period. Conclusions first, from this point onwards, I refuse to purchase any products relevant to the IP, including the upcoming My Hero Wants Justice 2, which is actually a game I've looked forward to for quite a while. So through this video, I just want to briefly summarize what My Hero Academia and its author Kori Korihoshi did to completely screw everything over and got My Hero Academia to be what it seems like permanently banned in mainland China. But that's it, let's get to it. Before digging deeper into the issue, I just want to quickly talk about my past experience with the IP. So a couple of months back, I bought the first game of the series, My Hero Wants Justice. As you can see, I bought it for retail price, and honestly, for someone that don't really like fighting games, especially 2D, 2.5D fighting games, it was a pretty decent game. I felt like everything was up to standard. Not the point of the video, but I did like the first game. However, I never really was a huge fan of the anime, despite it being really popular in China before the event. I never really understood the author's perception on multiple different things. Essentially, for those of you who don't know, the anime is set in a world where people have superpowers. People rank superheroes by their contribution to the society. Our protagonist, Izuku Midoriya, looks up to the #1 ranked hero, All Might, and thus wanted to become the hero and join the Hero Academia. In short, this is a very jump anime. The original anime was published in 2014, which was when Naruto was about to end and just before One Punch Man became viral. So when I watched the first season of the anime for the first time, the anime gave me a strong sense of this is like One Punch Man just happening in a school. And in fact, a lot of the elements and key story points of the anime made me feel like something very similar to senpais like Naruto or Hunter x Hunter. So when I watched My Hero Academia, I really felt like that it didn't have much that's unique, and it's kind of lacking in that originality, which may be part of the reason why season 4 was so boring, because it was original. The biggest problem out of all I have with the anime is definitely its perception on friendship. The anime has two protagonists, which are Izuku Midoriya, the nicer and normal protagonist, and Bakugo, the lunatic protagonist. Like, for people who don't watch this anime, this is him being granted an award. Yeah, this dude needs dog chains to be controlled on a ceremony. For those of you who thinks he's not a lunatic, think again. Bakugo and Midoriya knew each other since they were kids, and honestly, I don't see how they become good friends.
You want to pretend to be a hero? You don't stand a chance without a quirk, Deku. Jesus, Zuku. You really can't do anything right, can you? Deku, that must be what you call a helpless loser who's completely useless. Where's yours?
Well, it sank.
Why can't you do anything right? Whatever, Deku. No matter what power you end up with, you'll never be able to beat me.
Bakugo doesn't do anything apart from bullying Midoriya, but Midoriya doesn't seem to mind, but instead goes like, Ka-chan!
Ka-chan! Ka-chan! Ka-chan!
All the way through their childhood and all the way up to now. In short, a story of S&M between two dudes. Yet, in the story, the hero Midoriya looks upon All Might, still says, you have a great friend. How? How? From this point, I feel like the author is not earthling. He does not have the basic understanding towards bullying in school. As someone who was a victim of school bullying, I can responsibly say that even just verbal discrimination and isolation can cause severe mental damage to the children being isolated. So in real life, this type of relationship is either or shouldn't exist in the first place. It's such a serious issue and such an issue happening in real life that the author just decided to take it lightly and go like, oh, that's a good way to show friendship. And I was just like, what? Similarly, Enderval. the second ranked hero behind All Might. He, in order to overcome All Might, chose to literally force a suitable lady to marry him through his power to breed the perfect disciple to beat All Might. Yes, you heard me. I use the word breed because Undervor essentially raped his wife using his power, abusing his power, just to breed suitable disciples to beat All Might. Yet, a character like this could be seen as justice and later became #1 in heroes ranking after All Might retired. Yeah, so apparently the #1 ranked hero in the country is an extremely selfish dude that can use his family as tools to chase his own fame. God, for a split second I felt like I was watching The Boys Season 2. Point is, if I lived in that country, I'd be hitting the immigration office right now. So from the core, while I watched quite a lot of the anime because I am an otaku, I can never at any point say I was a fan of the anime. It had some kill-ass action, especially in the second and third season. Sure, I'm not gonna deny that. But the core of the story, I really didn't like or understand. All this information I just presented is obviously going to be biased and just my perception to what's happening in the anime. For my perception, honestly, the more you think about it, the more up it is. Alright, back to the issue itself. So around 6 weeks ago, on the 3rd of February, I woke up in the morning just to discover that some of my favorite Chinese ACG forums completely blew up over this issue. In chapter 259, a newly introduced evil scientist is named Maruta Shiga. The surname Shiga refers to Kiyoshi Shiga, which is a Japanese bacteriologist, and Maruta, which refers to the victim of biological experiments on war slaves at the Imperial Japanese Army Unit 731 in a dishonorable way. I won't go into the details of Unit 731 because as someone with a Chinese background and have seen relevant documentaries on the issue, it does make me feel physically and mentally sick. Like, it's, oh my goodness. So if you guys really want to know, go and look that up yourself. Essentially, this is a very anti-humanity activity commenced in the process of World War II. And now, the name of the victims of this anti-human activity is being credited to a murderer. Like, I don't even want to give analogies because even the analogies I have in my head are pretty f***ed up. Like, it'd be like using the Nazi flag as like the flag to justify the justice of main characters in any given anime. Or, you know, joking about Operator 911 as a social justice act. It's that level of upness. And honestly, oh my goodness, it's just... On the same day, the author and Jump both released a statement, however did not intend to apologize at all. The author's attitude towards the issue is like, I didn't do anything wrong, but it seems like all of you fans in North Korea and China are overreacting, so fine, whatever, I'll change it, alright? It's almost unacceptable because in the statement he said, we did not feel like the name had any special meaning behind it. However, apparently the author is proud of his ability to name characters and had given meanings to all the other characters, apart from this most sensitive character that pinched the nerves of millions of people in Asia. Apparently. So 2 days later, on the 5th of February, the anime was officially banned in mainland China for what it seems like permanently. Another 2 days later, on the 7th of February, Jump released an official statement apologizing for the naming of the character and how it brought up recollection of acts done in the past, and they will change the name in future volumes. However, it's already too late, especially in Asia. It's already caused such an explosion in Asia that they have to pay a price for it. As someone with a Chinese background that respect war history, I have to say, again, back to my point, I will refuse to buy any product from the relevant IP from this day onwards. In fact, I'm probably gonna burn this. That's it, guys. Sorry for all the anger released in this video. Again, I'm not an anime content creator, but I wanted to make this video and bring it to as much attention as I can because I'm Chinese Australian. I have Chinese background and I have respect for that part of history, for what's being done and what's wrong in history, and how we shouldn't joke about that. And it's kind of unfortunate that this issue hasn't really raised much awareness in the West as far as I'm concerned. I asked a lot of my local friends who are also otakus, I asked ABCs around me. They don't seem to really know what's the issue, or they don't really seem to know what's happening regarding this issue. So I really wanted to make a video really just explaining what's been happening and why it's caused such outrageous effects in most of Asia. It's not only in China, like North Koreans are also infuriated. People from other Asian countries are also infuriated because joking around with what's been done in the past, especially with like, you know, anti-humanistic activities, is completely unacceptable. Historical tragedies needs to be respected and they should not be joked around under any given circumstances. So for those of you that stick to the very end of the video, thank you very, very much. I really do appreciate you finishing this video and at least understanding why it's causing such an outrageous effect within the Asian region. So thank you very much, it's really appreciated. That's it. Let's talk in the comment section down below and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.